everyone and welcome to my tutorial for today. I'm still your friend the needle woman and I hope all of you are doing great. It's another bright and beautiful day that God has given unto all of us. I want to say thank you for being here with me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your love you've shown me. Thank you for your comments and your likes. I appreciate all of you greatly. And if you happen to be new to this channel and the needle woman, feel free to subscribe by touching the red icon. And when you do that, also touch the bell beside it so that whenever I upload, you get notifications. Okay, so for today's tutorial, we're going to be amending this very dress I am putting on. Alright, I wore it so that everybody will see the before and the after effect. Okay, so as it is now, it is a very nicely fitted dress, as you can see it on me, but I've gotten tired of this look. In as much as I love the material, I don't want to throw it away, so I want to amend it, and I'll be using an organza fabric for it. I'll be adding ruffles at the knee length. So today we are going to be timing our class today, the making of a ruffle dress, a knee ruffle dress. Okay, so check out the lower part of my dress. You can see it's fitting very perfectly, but I still want to change it, so I'll be adding the organza starting from the knee length down to the hem line. Okay, it is very important that before you begin to attach your ruffles, you make a clear line so that the line will guide you as you attach your ruffles. It helps you put it in a straight line. Now, looking at this material, you will see I already made my lines. The way I intend to attach my own ruffles, the ones at this knee side is going to be shorter than the ones at the lower side. That is why you see the lines at the upper part close to each other, but the lines at the lower part, they are a little bit wide from each other. I hope you see it. Okay, it is also optional. If you like, you can use the same measurement for the ruffles you add at this knee level and the one at the hemline. If you want to use the same measurement, it is just okay, but I want mine to vary so that it widens from this upper part. I hope you understand. The one here and here is going to be of the same size. This other two is going to be longer than this first two. The one following it is going to be longer than the other one. It continues like that until it gets to the hemline. I hope you understand. If I use 7 inches for these first two lines, I might use 10 inches for this one, and then I use say 14 inches for this other one. I use 18 inches, 20. That is how I intend to go. Okay, so now having drawn the line, the next thing will just be to begin to pieces our organza. Okay, for each of the lines, I'll be using not more than 2 pieces of organza, and I'll be cutting my organza vertically, not horizontally. Okay, so for each of the lines, I'll make sure I don't use more than 2 pieces. All right, so that it will just serve as a guide. Okay, so for the first step, I'll use 7 inches. Which is here. Remember I said I'll be using just 2. Okay, so these are my 2 7 inches. For the second one, I'll use 9 inches. So I'll just continue to add 2 inches, 2 inches in order to be properly guided. Okay. So for each of these lines, I'll be using 2 pieces of organza for it. Remember I said I'll be cutting my organza vertically and not horizontally. So this is what I mean. I've already pieced all of it. So now this is for the front, another one of this for the back. Okay, so for each line, this is going to be 2. I hope you understand. And then for the first and second line is the same measurement. Third and fourth, the same measurement. Fourth and fifth, the same measurement. I hope you understand. Remember I said I'll be adding 2 inches, whereas I started with 7 inches for these first 2 lines. The second 2 lines, I'll be using 9 inches. Third 2 lines, I'll be using 11 inches, and so on until I get to the hem line. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have cut out my organza, and as I cut, I made sure I labeled all of them to avoid confusion. You can see all of them have labels and numbers on it. Okay, this is going to serve as a guide so that you don't end up putting the one that is longer where the one that is shorter is supposed to enter. Okay, now this is number 1. This is number 1. So this is the very first one I'm going to be putting, and it is 4 in number. Remember I said for every 2 lines, their measurement has to be the same. Okay, so this is number 1, and I have 16 lines there. That is why this numbering stopped at number 8. Each of the numbers has 2 lines representing it. Okay, so the next thing I'll do now is to join them each at one end so that the 2 pieces will now become 1 piece. Okay, I will do so in all of these pieces that I have carefully cut out. Okay, this is what I mean. I've joined 2 verticals to give me a very lengthy one. Like I said, one is going to be for the front, the other one for the back. You see where I joined it. Okay, the next thing will be to still join this way. You just close up the 2 open sides. You just close it up down to the other side, which will give you something like this. Okay, this is the one I've closed up. So when you are done with this, all you need to do is to now turn it over so that the rough edges are now tucked inside. You turn over and press it very, very well. Okay, now this I've turned over. This is the rough side. And then you give it a very good press, making sure that this joint area is at the center, because that is exactly where you're going to still run your stitch when you start to attach to your fabric. I hope you see it. So as you press, you guide it to make sure that the rough edge, which is already inside, is at the center. Okay, so I'm going to proceed to do so in all of the pieces I earlier cut out. Now I've neatly pressed every piece of this organza. Still, I have my number on it. This is supposed to serve as a guide so that we don't end up putting short ones or long ones where they are not supposed to be. And the next thing will be to start to attach the organza following the lines we already made on our fabric. Now you can see I opened up the back side. I opened it up, okay, to enable me fix the ruffles. And this is how I'm going to be working. I will start from the back. I will make sure my stitch aligns with this center. I hope you can see the center. I will make sure my stitch aligns with it. That's why I made sure it is at the middle. So now when I pleat just small, just little. I will continue to work this way. Sorry. This was what I said. I'll just be fixing it like this. I'll just continue like this until I've finished the first line. Then I'll go to the second line. You see, the second line is very close to the first line. Okay, I'll go to the second line and continue also. All right. By the time we are done with the second line, the first one is supposed to stand this way, because it's not going to be sleeping like this. It will now stand this way because the second line is very close to the first line. So I'll just get to the machine and start to plait like so. I'll walk across the dress. Okay. I hope you see how it is. So this is how I'm going to continue until I have filled up all of these places. You also always make sure you lift it up before you attach again. That way it will now stand. But if you don't do it, it will sleep like this. So you just need to lift it up a little bit and then continue until you have covered up the desired space. You need to be doing this very carefully and adhere strictly to the lines so that it will serve as a guide for you. It makes your work neater. Okay, you continue. Remember, we numbered these pieces, so you follow according to the numbers. You see the way it is now, it is rising gradually. By the time it gets here, it becomes obviously higher than this starting point. Okay, so I'll just continue. Okay, lovely people, you can see the end result of our ruffle dress. I hope you see how beautiful it came out. You will need to look at the down part very well and see how ruffled it is. Okay, so you see it, the beginning part, the knee length area is shorter, and you can see the hemline area is bigger in size, and so it makes it look as if it were a circle dress at the lower part, as if we cut a circular, hemline area. It is because of the variations here, the way we cut it, starting with shorter length, and then as we progress, we kept on adding few inches. Okay, I hope you see how it is. You can see how beautiful it came out. I actually thought I was going to use 6 yards of organza for this, but I ended up using 14 yards. Okay, assuming it were to be the same length, I think it would have been enough, but because here was bigger, way bigger than the beginning area, that was why I ended up using 14 yards of organza fabric as against the 6 I earlier said I was going to use. Okay, I hope you see how beautiful it is. It actually turned into a red carpet dress. Very beautiful. No one would believe it was that very simple dress I earlier was wearing. This is actually very, very beautiful. Also check out the movement of the ruffles. It started lower here at the knee length level, and as it went down, it kept on increasing. I hope you see it, how it came out perfectly okay. So I'm going to now try it on so that everyone will see how fitted it is on my body. Okay, my lovely people, this is it. Finally, I now have a red carpet dress. I hope you see how lovely it is. I also had to open it up because earlier it wasn't having any split. Okay, you see how beautiful and elegant it is. Check it out. This is so beautiful and I'm so loving myself in it. Also check out the sleeves. Remember earlier it wasn't having anything on the sleeves, but I had to just put something. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for your patience, for your love. And if you happen to be new to this channel, feel free to subscribe by touching the red icon on your screen and also hitting the notification bell so that you get notifications whenever new tutorials are uploaded. Till we meet in our next tutorial, please keep your head high and don't forget that from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate and love you. Bye.